Spirit Sports Consultants presents
NFL Week 10 all-game picks and best bets. We analyze all the betting odds and give you our projections and our best plays for the week. Well, we'll start off with a Thursday game with the Panthers at the Bears, and even though it's not one of the high-profile matchups, these teams are evenly matched, so it should be a fairly entertaining game. Been disappointed with Bryce Young in his rookie season, whereas Bagent has looked a little bit better. And we saw more overall signs of hope from the Bears than we did from the Panthers, so we're going to go with the Bears, especially at home here in a primetime game. And looking at the odds for this game, the Bears are favored by 3. The total's number is 40.5. We're going to have to go with a certain team.
A team that is known as the Bears.
The Bears.
Browns at the Ravens, this great AFC North matchup. Two unbelievably good defenses, two really good quarterbacks. Now that Deshaun's back and healthy, but we think Lamar is taking it to a whole different level. Now that he's focused on passing more, the new offensive scheme is unbelievable. Look at what they did against the Seahawks and the Lions. Blowout wins. We think they're in the top 2 in the AFC. Look at the odds numbers. We have the Ravens favored by 5.5. The total's 39. We set the Ravens here as a best play and a best bet. We think Lamar is having an MVP caliber season. Deshaun's been inconsistent. The Ravens defense is phenomenal. Go with the Ravens. Saints at the Vikings. Saints looked pretty good yesterday, but we feel they should have done a little bit more against the Bears as 8.5 to 9-point favorites. Josh Dobbs coming in off the bench, not even knowing a lot of his teammates' names, to rallying the Vikings to win. Very, very impressive. We still think the Saints have a better pass defense here, and we like them in a narrow win, 28-24. And looking at the odds, we have the Saints favored by 2.5. Totals 40.5. We like the Saints here as the best play. We love their pass defense going up against Josh Dobbs. We think it can slow them down a bit. And before we continue, if you would, just join our channel. And if you like this video or find it useful, like it and then subscribe. We provide weekly NFL picks, highlights, and sports travel. Thank you. Week 9 started out good, ended good, and a little bit iffy in the middle. We ended up going 9-4-1 to follow up on our Week 8, 12-3, best week of the season so far. Had a couple questionable picks. Obviously, the Cardinals-Browns, we didn't really like that. Picked it anyway. Why we picked the Patriots? Figured they could win at home against the Commanders. And then the Minnesota-Atlanta game really upset us. We weren't expecting Josh Dobbs to start. Came in relief duty and had a phenomenal game. But otherwise, great week. And now back to the games. Texans at the Bengals, and if we had forecasted this game before the season started, everybody would be all over the Bengals in a blowout. But C.J. Stroud on that Texans offense have really been impressive. 470 passing yards, setting the new rookie record. Unbelievable. But Joe Burrow looks like he's back to his normal self. I think this game's going to be explosive. I mean, the Bengals we know can score, so can the Texans. Looking at the odds here, the Bengals favored in some circles by 10 points. Total's number 45.5. We like the totals. If you can get down to 45, covering the 24-21 combination. The second Frankfurt-Germany game features the Colts against the Patriots, and the Colts beat the Panthers convincingly on Sunday, but were gifted 2 defensive touchdowns with pick sixes. We still think that they can outlast the Patriots here 21-17. Mac Jones continues to disappoint. We think it'll be a low-scoring game. Look for the under on this. Looking at the odds for this Frankfurt-Germany game, we have the Colts favored by 1.5. Total's number 43.5. We like the Colts minus 1.5 as our best play here. Take the Colts. Titans at the Bucs. Both teams had tough losses in last week's games. We have been very impressed with what Will Levis has done so far in his first 2 starts, beating the Falcons and then losing to the Steelers, but in a heartbreaking fashion. Baker Mayfield has played well all season, but in this game we think the young starter is going to outlast Baker Mayfield. We think the Titans will take this one 24-21. This game is so evenly matched, though, with the Bucs favored by 1. What we like here is the over. If you can get that number to 38, that covers the 21-17 combination. Buy down to take that. Take the over in this one. Packers at the Steelers, and both teams coming off victories in Week 9, but neither quarterback have really impressed us. We keep waiting for Jordan Love to break out of it. We see the potential there, but haven't seen the results. Similar with Kenny Pickett. Steelers won, but we weren't impressed by his performance. We think the Steelers will win here on the virtue of their pass defense. Looking at the odds, we got Pitt favored by 3. The total's number 37.5. We think the best play, take the under if you can get it up to 38.5 to cover that 21-17 combination. Washington at Seattle, we have the helmets backwards, so bear with us. We like Seattle bouncing back here. This is a double technical. A good team coming off a tough loss, going against a team coming off a win they probably didn't deserve. The Commanders at New England. We like the Seahawks here, 31-20 and a bounce back. We love the Seahawks in this game for so many reasons. Having to play Baltimore at Baltimore, one of the best teams in the league. Washington beat New England, one of the worst teams. That sets us up for Seattle minus 6. Falcons at the Cardinals, and as we look at this game, we're going to pick the Cardinals 21-17. I think Kyler Murray is going to come back. Falcons have been sluggish, but we're not going to bet this one. We don't trust either team. We don't know if Kyler's going to start, and with quarterback uncertainty, why do it? But if you had to make a bet, take Cardinals +2. We're not going to count this as an official pick. Giants at the Cowboys, and the Giants' nightmare season continues, losing Daniel Jones yet again. We think probably a season-ending injury. We like the Cowboys here, 31-14. With looking at the lines, it's going to be Dallas -16, which doesn't give you much breathing room to our 17-point forecast. We're going to make an odd recommendation. We say you include Dallas as part of a teaser leg. Take the 6.5, get it under the 10. Next up, we have the Lions at the Chargers, and although the Lions typically struggle on the road, indoor control conditions on AstroTurf, going against the worst pass defense by yards per attempt, we like the Lions here, 27-24 over the Chargers. We really like the combination of the Lions coming off a bye week and then the Chargers on a short week having to play the Monday night game. They did look great against the Jets. However, only 191 total yards of offense. We don't think that's going to hold up against the Lions. We like the Lions here, -1.5 as the rare road favorite. 49ers at the Jaguars. We really want to see the injury report to see what state the 49ers are in. Currently on a 3-game losing streak, going up against the Jaguars' 5-game winning streak. We're going to tentatively pick the Jags here, 21-17, but watch out for that injury. Looking at the odds, we have the 49ers favored at Jacksonville, -3. Totals is 45.5. I think the best play here is take the Jags as home underdogs. Get the line up to 3 with the hook, maybe even 4 if you can get 3.5 or 4. Jets at the Raiders. In the game, the Jets are actually favored by 1.5. We're going to take this from a psychological perspective. We think the Jets are down, whereas the Raiders are riding high under new coach Antonio Pierce and should be poised for the win. Again, Jets are favored here, but let's just look at comparable opponents. Giants. Raiders killed them 30-6. Jets had a lucky win, 10-7, barely squeaking by. Yet the Jets are favored here? I don't think so. Take the Raiders at home, +2. Broncos at the Bills, and we know the Bills have been inconsistent all season, but not really on offense. It's really been a struggle on defense. We think a lot of those players will be coming back. And the Broncos, of course, last year had the #1 pass defense in the league. This year, they're one of the worst. We think that pass defense weakness gives the Bills an easy win here. We like them 28-14. And looking at the odds, you have the Bills favored by 7.5. Total's number 47. We think that's your best play. Take the under 47. We think the Broncos might be a little sluggish. Bills are going to come out early, but I think that defense might slow them down. Go with the under.
That's all for this time. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe to our channel, and we look forward to sharing our future videos with you.